Honorable Kajwang, we may be educated and even have PhDs, but there are factors that cannot change. One of the factors that can't change is that as a man, you have never had periods and you have no clue what it is like to have periods. So please don't talk for me. Honorable Kajwang, you have never carried a baby for 9 months. Maybe there, me and you are the same. But most of the women here have carried babies for 9 months. So you cannot talk for them. They know what it is to labor for 9 months. So don't talk for us on issues of women. Don't purport to know issues relating to women. Mr. Speaker, it's the same way. I cannot talk about wet dreams because I don't know what it is like to ejaculate in the night, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are all very different as men and as women. And therefore, let us keep our lane. Let us love our brothers. Let us love our boyfriends. Let us love our husbands. Let us love our uncles. Let us love our fathers. Similarly, please, also love your sisters, love your aunties, love your mothers, love your grandmothers. It's not a competition. Everybody knows that the world is skewed against us. What I'm telling Honorable Kajwang, in a very crude manner, is that you are not wearing my shoe. Only the wearer of the shoe knows. Mr. Speaker, I've said it here in this house before, that there were days that if I were to come here to debate the House on a critical issue, I wouldn't even come here. Why? Because I would be in a pool of blood. Because I would faint. I was being admitted in hospital every month for 3-4 days. Honorable Kajwang has not had to go that. And you expect me to go out there and compete equally with you. There is a load that I'm carrying as a woman that you have never carried and you don't know how to carry. And you will never know to carry because you have the privilege of being a man. The same way in the US and other countries, there is white privilege. And so a white person cannot lecture a black person because you have not lived the shoes of a black person. In the same manner, a man cannot lecture me about being a woman because you don't know. And if you actually look at all the things that bedevil women, they start with men, menopause, menstruation and all that. Even though we love you and you are a necessary evil in our lives. That's why we marry you and you have you as boyfriends and all that. But you are a necessary evil. So I want to lecture you, but also plead with you, my brother, and my grandson. Yes, that please, don't make it look like women, that this thing of affirmative action is by elite women. We had Honorable Eshomo here, Mr. Speaker. She didn't know how to read and write when she came in here. She could only speak in Kiswahili. What is so elite about her? Is the fact that she can't read or write so elitist? She came from Samburu. That's where she grew up and she was raised. Right now, I've just come from where I've just gotten an award for working for women. And we were with the Chief Justice, Martha Koome. And I told her right there that I was not happy that she called us hot hair and all those kind of things. But I told her about it when it comes to women's issues, my tribe is woman. And I told off the people who are attacking her that what they need to look at are governance issues and not hound her out of office simply because she's a woman. Because we know some of the people hounding her out of office are themselves extremely corrupt. But they didn't raise those issues about men. It is only when you have Martha Koome or Nancy Baraza sitting in those pews. Those are the things, in those offices, those are the things that I'm telling you that I wear a special shoe that you don't understand. Try wearing this high shoe. Try having the kind of figure I have and the material I'm carrying behind my back and walk with high shoes with that material and tell me if you can manage it from there to Honorable TJ, you don't know what we go through as women. And then enters menopause, hot flashes and all that. Honorable Kajwang, you don't know half the story of being a woman. And that is why we need affirmative action. And I want to tell you that being in this house, I have seen the impact and effect of affirmative action. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Njoki Ndung'u now sits in Supreme Court. Affirmative action. Cecil Mbarire is now governor. Affirmative action. Millie Odhiambo serving a 4th term. Affirmative action. Gladys Wanga, Governor Homa Bay. Affirmative action. Martha Wangare is having a term as a 3rd term. Affirmative action. Lesuda also doing a 3rd term. affirmative action. Mr. Speaker, how did we get it here? We got here because we were given that platform. If I was not given that platform, when I went to Suba the first time, everybody was asking me the questions that TJ was not asked. I was asked why I don't have a child. I was asked where my house is or my home is. I was asked where I'm married. Nobody asks him those questions. My house was burnt. My bodyguard was killed. I know that kind of violence may be similar, but it's worse when you are a woman. Right now, Mr. Speaker, I'm living here because of a case of a girl who is 19 years, who was reported to have been raped, and people are mocking her on social media.